Hey Ari, it's Roger. Here we go. I'm going to show you the login and all the stuff you're going to have here. Alrighty, so we're logged in. Everything is in this main menu bar right here. So you're going to see this new person. I mean, you can add all sorts of stuff: birth date, date, license, all the different questions that you'd like to ask. From there, we always like to click on the aspects below the person. These are other people, places, or things. So we'll go ahead and add another person. Maybe it's a spouse. There you go. So now you got Robert Jones related to Janet Jones as a spouse. Click on Janet Jones. You got Janet Jones related to Bob Jones as a spouse. And of course, if you go up here, you can type in Jones and look at all people. We'll only search Jones people. And we got, there's Robert. And where's Janet? There she is. You can also narrow it down by just clicking Robert. And so now things will sort down. Oh, we got two Roberts. Geez, I wonder which one is the right one. Let's see here. Yeah, that's Samantha Jones with Elm Street. Interesting. Anyways, got two Robert Jones in the system. It happens. So now what we can do is we can add on different things here, like a company. He's the owner of the company. We'll create Jones Inc. You get the idea. You know, you're just creating table after table, and it just creates a network here. So let's throw in an address. Got a premises address form. It says owned premises, what have you. I don't know. You know what I mean. All right, that's enough. Everything you need to gather up info for a homeowner's quote, an auto quote, any kind of business quote. We'll get into that in a minute. So now we built the household. We got Robert Jones. We got all the things that he's associated with. So now we're ready to add a policy. So I'm going to jump right over here and hit Add Policy. He's going to tell us what the effective and renewal date is. He's going to tell us what kind of insurance he's looking for. What is he's got here? He's got a bakery, you know. Jones Bakery. Down to the bottom here, we're going to be able to choose the insurance company it's associated with, which general agent you've got it with. Right now it's just in quoting status. You can also assign it to any other person in your organization, you know, whoever it is, where you got the lead from, blah, blah, blah. All right, so now we're looking at a policy. In the policy, we've got some aspects. Robert Jones. And if his wife is part of the organization, we're just going to expand him, go on Janet Jones, and boom, she's in the policy. Jones Inc., yep, that's the owner of the bakery. And then we've got this address here. Yeah, we want that here too. So it just makes it simpler, and then you can refresh your screen. Now you can see that you've got Janet Jones as an insured, and this is a named insured, Jones Inc., and this is the premises and mailing address, or maybe it's just the premises address. I have it expanded here, so sometimes when it's too big, which I like to make it big for the demonstration, things may overlap, but that's, yeah, normal. Then we got Robert Jones here. He's the primary insured. There we go. So then I like to reorganize things, you know, get them in the right order. So as you noticed earlier on, if you rewind the video a little bit, you'll see that it had 4 or 5 different things. You know, in order to insure a bakery, the system is going to tell you, hey, dude, you still need the structure information, you still need the business information. So let's go ahead and click on business information, and it's a retail business. We're going to create that, and we're going to say Jones Bakery. You know, Jones Inc. is the name of the company, but Jones Bakery is what it owns. And so you may want to link Jones Inc. and Jones Bakery together, and so on. So square footage of business, receipts, consumption, hours of operation, employees, everything you need, Ari, for you know, these are your applications, you know, basically. So now that thing went away. So the next thing you're going to do is just move down to the next tab. So you go over here and you're going to set up your to-do list. And, oops, I missed the button. There we go. everything moves really fast. So Jones Bakery, information gathered, need to work up quote. You can get into as much detail as you want. You're going to assign this to one of your staff. You're going to give it a due date, give them a little bit of time. And which, by the way, I'll show you another thing. I'll show you another thing about seeing how much work everyone has. So at any rate, set that due date, you hit save. There we go. And now back to the bakery policy. Just see how I did that. So now we created a task. It takes us to the task screen. So now we're in the task screen. And if you want to return to the policy, you just click on that. And now you return to the policy. Policy, task, policy, that kind of thing. Anyway, and in the task, which is really nice, you can make it nice and bold, So here's a little family editor thing. Needs it by Friday. So you do that. Give it a little highlighting. It just looks a lot cooler. All right, so anyway, back to the policy. Next thing you're going to do is notes. So you click on notes. So we just move along these tabs here. By the time you get to the end, you've made a policy. So you get to the notes, you add a note, wants a quote, set a task. There we go. Excellent. Next thing we're going to do is attachments. You get your loss history, you get the quote from the insurance company, you get prior deck page, whatever, just browse and attach, just like an email. And then once you browse and attach something, you're going to have it saved, There we go. Anyway, so now you got attachments here, and if you want to, download the attachment, you just click download the attachment. Payments, so obviously there's no payments yet. Commission, obviously no commission yet, but here's how it goes. So you've given him the quote, he wants to go for it. You come up here, you hit edit policy, change the status from quoting to pending underwriter or approved. It's up to you. I mean, if you need it to be in pending underwriter because you're still waiting for something, leave it there. It'll be in a different category. I'll show you in a minute. Then we're going to come up here, we're going to put in, $2,456 with a $100 policy fee, etc., etc. Stamps, tax, broker fee, put on a $50 broker fee. Commission type is a percent, and it's 12%, etc., etc. Commission status might have been retained if it's like one through a GA like Burns and Wilcox, or pending, or you've already received it. So we'll put it as pending. Which insurance company you placed it with, which general agent you've got it with, blah blah blah. Save that up. Excellent. So now it's going to show all the premiums. Let me shrink this back down. It's a little bit better justified here. Oh, by the way, if you want to look at it on your phone, you can. And this is basically how it'll look. So plug in your phone and see how everything justifies properly. So you can still see the entire policy and everything. It looks just fantastic. And anywhere you go, it's going to be the same thing. So this is the Jones Bakery business information. So anyway, so that's the kind of the flexibility of the system. So anyway, where are we at? So we're going to go back into the policy. Now Jones Bakery is on the policy, right? Business information for Jones Bakery. So if you want to go back to the policy, you go here, and then you can see it that Jones Bakery is in there. And there's other shortcuts too. So if you're looking at Robert Jones and you want to see who's on the policy real quick, you can just expand that out, and it shows all that. You can even go to blah blah blah. Anyway, so Google Map. So after that, so now you've got premium here. If you want to add a payment, he wrote a payment to you. Got a credit card. Pay to XYZ, whatever. $2,100, whatever your reference number is, the date, little memo. Happy to pay. Save that up. So now it's going to calculate over here. So we took the $2,000 payment, shows the outstanding balance. Here's the commission. So now you got the commission from the insurance company. So we're going to record the commission payment. Got the whole thing. They paid it up front. Date received. Don't need any notes. There we go. So now it shows outstanding commission is 0. And then you want to always go through the policy and just check things, commission received, things like that. It's little fail safes and extra reminders to let you know where things are going, where things are headed. Payments, commissions. So yeah, so that's it. We created a full policy. That was the whole way around. And now if you go back to Robert Jones and you're looking at his policy, if you add another policy and so on, and you'll get the feel for it, how things go. So anyway, so that's it for creating new stuff. So this is the dashboard, and here's our workflow. It goes from quoting to quoted to unbound renewals to the renewals. So when a policy is ready to come up for renewal, then it's going to pop up here. Let me show you how that goes. Any of these links are going to get us where we're going. So let's change the date so this thing's coming up for renewal. So 2016 to 2017. Naturally, this thing's already renewed. So we go back to the dashboard. We look at our renewals. Here's the renewal. This one's overdue. We click on it. Now we've got this up at the top. Renew now. So we hit this renew. It's going to go from 2000 to 2000. New premium for this year. Blah, blah, blah. Save that up. It's approved. Done. So now we've just renewed the policy, just as simple as that. All of the aspects and everything that's related with it are still there. Now Bob Jones has a newer version, an older version, and if you can imagine year after year how it'll start to look, and you can get a feel for how many years you've had that and so on. Another nice thing is if you're in the newer version, you want to go back to the older policy. Boom, simple as that. Newer policy, simple as that, so on and so forth. Reports, here you can run your reports. You can put in a date from and to, and it'll pop up a nice graph. This is a blank website, so it's not going to have any data. User activity, you can come in here and see who's making all the notes, who's earning all the commission, all the things that they're doing. User administration, you can come in here and you can see this person's got such and such many notes, tasks. Drills it down a lot more. When were these things done? By month. It's very helpful. I use it all the time. We can do the settings, the usage. Settings are nice. If you want to change out the logo, you just click here, put in whatever image you want, have a graphic guy do it if you want. Insurance companies. So you come to your list of insurance companies, and everything works in every direction. So if you search for something like an insurance company, it's going to pull up all of the policies that you have with that insurance company. You can also search for all of the customer service, phone numbers, et cetera, et cetera. And, how about putting in your producer ID number and the website address for the agent login? It's super easy. And then how about your producer agreement, saving all that stuff here? How about notes, and so on. So it works in every direction. You can build an agreement as well. So it doesn't have to just be for insurance. If you want to keep track of purchasing a car, as an example, and you're shopping from dealership to dealership, so you can go over here and you can add an agreement like so. And I don't know what the values are going to be here. I'm not really sure yet, but I know that if I need to create an agreement, it's got to have some sort of a value. So we'll come down here, and maybe this is the value. It's a construction agreement, a lease agreement. So let's say it's going to be a purchase agreement. I'll have to add that to the list here. I'm constantly changing stuff as I go. But let's say other agreement. Car purchase. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of details, whatever. So now if you go into your car purchase, you're going to be able to see, your tasks, your aspects, which dealerships and people you've been talking to, notes, how much they quoted for you. It's just an easy way to keep track of whatever attachments they email you. You can use the software for anything, storing photographs, whatever. So anyway, that's it. Ari, we're about out of time, and I'll be talking to you soon.